Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'll be doing an unboxing of Kapow Volume 2 by Wise Wizard Games, which is a two-player game which plays in about 20 minutes for ages 12 and up. And before I open up the box and check out the components, I'd like to ask you to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and if you have, you're an absolute legend because it really helps the channel. Alright, let's open up the box and see what's inside. So this is Kapow Volume 2, a comic book inspired buildable dice game with some cool artwork on the cover of all the heroes and villains battling it out. Looks very cool. And it has sideways art on one of the sides here, so you can store it sideways or vertically on the shorter side and vertically on the longer side. So that's pretty cool. You can store this however you want, and it has Kapow on this side as well. And if you'd like to see an unboxing of Kapow Volume 1, check out the link in the description below or click the eye in the corner of this video. I did a separate unboxing of that as well. All right, the back of the box has the components depicted here with a bit of a flavor text about what the game is about. The contents are listed. It's a game that plays in about 20 minutes for 1 or 2 players for ages 12 and up, and you can learn more about it if you scan this QR code. All right, let's open up the box. Okay, so first of all, we find the rule book, which looks like a comic book issue. Very cool. And it has all the contents listed here. Has the game setup there, which is pretty straightforward. Has an overview of the game, tutorial here. So if you want to learn how to play the game, you can scan this. There is a character board description there, a round overview, the 4 phases of the game. And those are explained in more detail here. The symbols reference is here, so you know what everything means. Some really cool art as well. And there's a play example, so of the 4 phases, which plays pretty quickly, it looks like. We got some additional notes about the dice and their faces, wilds, gaining and losing health, abilities and timing, multiple attacks and defense, 2 versus 2 rules, which is also cool, which is a separate setup, and solo rules. So there are many ways to play this game. That's very cool. So it's actually, well, if you play this 2 versus 2, it's actually also a 4-player game. And co-op rules. That is basically the 2 versus 2. And we have a frequently asked questions site as well. So that's really nice. Then we have these screens, the player screens, one for the villains and one for the heroes. So let's see, these are the 3 villains, it looks like. This guy has 4 arms. I like that one, the punk rock, goth, cool looking guitar there. And some kind of nuclear Avenger character. And we have on the inside a reference board, basically, with all the different faces, what they mean, the different dice, the round structure there, the sides of the dice that you can build, dice requirements, matched pairs, and how to win. So that is one of the player boards, and then we have a second one here for the heroes. So we have these 3 characters. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Original heroes and villains. Same, of course, on the inside as what we just saw. We have a little bit of foam there to keep this in place. So we have special issue. Also looks like a comic book. And our intrepid hero sets off into the night. And this looks like it's exactly the same as the boards in Volume 1. It's basically also a reference sheet for attacking, defending, and all of this. Immediate actions, power up and after power up. So that's just very handy to have. One for the hero and one for the villain player. So it begins. So I'll show that here. This is what it says on the back. We have a bit of a comic book strip there. And of course, again, the same on the inside. All right, so we have 2 of those. We have a punch board with a first player marker that says Kapow and has the orange hero player on one side and the green villain player on the other side with these purple arrows. Targeting arrows are used in 2 versus 2. We have these tokens here, Entangle, Total Attack, tokens, and we have locked in. Entangle tokens are for use with volume 1, and locked in tokens are for use with volume 1 as well. And they are indeed also in volume 1. I guess they just had this board, this punch board, and they decided to just have these the same so you can have extra if you also have volume 1. Then we have the different heroes and villains character boards. So we have Spore here, which is kind of like a Mothman kind of guy. Shambling Mound, if you will. Looks pretty cool. Their starting health and dice. And on the back, there's some more information here. During power up. So quite a bit of information, but you know, that's just a handy reference. We have 235. I don't know what that means, but that's her name. 235. And with the art there, starting health 30. And on the back, we have that. Might be a chemical number or something. Is that an element number? I don't know. Somebody knows what that is a reference to and what it means. Please comment below. Mindset. Another hero. Brainstorm, Telekinetic Blast, Psionic Assault, Force Shield. There she is. Pretty cool. Starting health and dice. On the back, some more of these abilities. Then we have Fuse. Light the Fuse. He's a pyrotechnic, it looks like, with these Molotov cocktails, like setting things on fire. He has a tank on the back. So yeah, fiery villain. And the skills on the back of the card. The board. Good quality, actually. Quite thick cardboard. Crescendo. Another hero. Like that, a musical themed hero who uses his powers with his cello. And the skills on the back there. And finally we have Reverb, the final villain, another music-themed villain. It's pretty cool. Shredding, shock and awe, harmonic, with that awesome-looking guitar. 22 health, starting dice. And on the back we have these skills. Power chord, jam session. I love that. I love the thematicness of all of this. We get some cards that were in here for cooperative play. So we have these cards that have 2 sides. And coordinated assault, launch, cover fire, helping hand, rebound, replenish, and assist. So we have those cards, and they have the Kapow Team Up logo on the back, and it looks really cool. Very comic book-like. Love that style. So we have those. Then we have the health trackers, or the points, so you can set those. They're nice and big, so easy to read from across the table. With the 3 villains on it, same on the back. So the villains and one for the heroes. So yeah, we have that. Again with all 3 heroes from this volume 2 box printed on it. Then we have, of course, the dice. This is a kind of a dice building game. So we have all the dice that we saw on the board here. These are the different dice, the trait dice. We have red, yellow, purple, green, and blue, and there's 4 of each. And they have the faces that are listed there. So we have the red ones here. with the might symbol. There's 3 of those on the red dice. There's a wild symbol. There's a energy symbol here and an X factor. So this one has symbols on all the faces. Then the yellow dice and all the other dice have a blank as well. This is nothing. And then 3 energy, a wild, and a might. The purple one they all have a wild. This has 3 toughness, 1 agility, and a blank. Whereas the green has also a wild, a blank, but only 1 toughness and 3 agility. And then finally there's the blue one, which has a blank, a wild, 3 X factor faces, and a might. So there's 4 of each of those in the game. It's a whole bunch. And then of course the dice that you build, which is pretty cool. So you have these dice and these little arrows that will help you get them off again, all the faces off again. So this is just a black blank die with these little clips, and you put in the separate faces that we have here. So a whole bunch of these different faces with the same powers that we just saw, all those traits. And what you do is you simply take those traits and you can put them on these black dice. So if you have one of those, for example, you gain this and you can put that on, you just push them in, and that's that. It will stay on. That's pretty cool. And you can make your own dice. And then later, if you want to take them off again or exchange them, you use this arrow thing here, and you just put them underneath and you just kind of wiggle them off and they come off very easily. So there you go. That is everything that's in Volume 2. And so that was my unboxing of Kapow Volume 2 by Wise Wizard Games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And please also check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.